how much time does it take for anyone to see the result? You said it can, it can actually be, start from the very first session as well. Like you said, the first session ke baad bhi you can feel that you feel more flexible, you feel more strength, and you feel some sort of change in your body, in your mind, like you're saying. So even after your first session, one can feel changes. Am I correct?
Yes, but sometimes the changes might not feel very great also. So everybody can have their own different experiences. Somebody, let's
Mm-hmm.
say, who is very stiff in their body, and we
Mm-hmm.
are trying to make that person stretch out. So he might feel little pain also, or he might feel different. He might have a different experience also. So but generally, it doesn't happen so much. Matlab, in the sense that people generally like the overall thing. If their body is tight, they would know that at least their body is tight and they need to stretch it. So the yoga is also a practice which will make you aware of where you are. It
Mm-hmm.
is an awareness practice. So it will also make you aware of your shortcomings and where you need to work towards to
Mm-hmm.
maybe have healthier body, or better with
Wherever your
your.
problem areas are in the body,
Yes,
one
yes,
can
it
get
will
to know
show you.
about
It
it.
will show you that all that.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I
So
did it once when I could not bend something. Then the yoga sir told me, you have this problem, you have back problem, you have this problem. I also did not know that that problem exists, but I used to feel some sort of stiffness in my back. I used to, get tired after sitting or standing for a long time, and I used to feel some sort of strain in my back. But then he told me that this is the problem and you need to rectify this. I was like, okay.
yeah,
So when you're not able to do certain asanas, I think that kind of shows some sort of stiffness or problem or issue in that area. Is it?
yeah. Yes, but then there could be different levels of postures also. Not everybody wants to do, or maybe initially they can't do
Mhm.
the advanced postures. So even if we're not really talking about advanced postures, but we're just talking about yoga can be modified for any kind of body, like
Mhm.
whether you're a beginner, like any other workout also, I think that
Mhm.
can be adapted. But
Mhm.
I'm just saying that, yes, when you start doing something, for example, if I start running, and my cardiovascular system is not strong, or I'm not used to running, I will start puffing. I mean, I will
Yeah.
start having that kind of breath. So I would know that my strength in this thing is I lack strength for running. So likewise,
Mhm.
yoga will also show, okay, your body has these things, and if you want to get better with it, okay, do this, do this consistent practice.
So with
So like
asanas,
that.
things can improve. Those problem areas can actually improve, right?
Yes, definitely, because we need to stretch the body, because otherwise the body starts aging very fast. You start having lack of mobility. So
Mhm.
on a physical level also, we need to practice stretches. Whether you do any other workout also, you still need to do stretching. And what better way to do stretching than like how
Then
it is done in
yoga.
a yoga practice?
Yeah, right, right, right. Like you just said that in any case, one has to do stretching to have, to lead a better life, to have a healthy body and everything. So if one has to choose between gymming and yoga, because first day of gym really, makes you tired. बहुत exhausting हो जाता है. But like you said,
Mhm.
first day of yoga can be very entertaining, can be very soothing, can be actually, very relaxing also. But just tell me if one has to choose between these two. Why should they choose yoga?
See, ultimately, I think the person who is getting into any kind of, if you are taking it as a fitness regimen, then you have
Mm.
to see what you like.
Yeah.
Any kind of fitness, whether see, I don't call yoga as a only for fitness. It is
Mhm.
much more than that. So there are
Mhm.
many other reasons why a person can or would want to get into a yoga practice, which benefits are not in any other fitness, because yoga is not fitness only.
Mhm.
Anyways, let's just talk from this perspective. If somebody is just looking at fitness right now and
Fitness.
he
Yeah.
wants to take choose between yoga or anything, that will depend on that person's likeness. Like if he likes to be in a yoga class, you have to choose something which you will stick to for a longer period of time, because
Mhm.
fitness is not a one day job.
Yeah.
It has to be a lifetime thing, so that because we need to move. I mean, we have a
Mhm.
sedentary lifestyle these days. We're
Mhm.
not working out, and otherwise, like we in our day to day jobs. So we have to have a routine, any kind of fitness routine, which we can stick to for longer, and we will
Longer
stick to
period.
something what we like, what we enjoy doing. So
Right. Right.
that
Yeah.
a person has to decide what he enjoys doing.
Mhm.
But in
Mhm.
general, yoga is a very safe way of working out your body and mind, because
Working
it is
out.
a slow practice, and
Mhm.
it can be taken by any age group. That is
Yeah.
another beauty of yoga, because
Mhm.
a person who is, let's say, above 60 or 70, or maybe he's just fragile, he cannot take to a gym. Maybe he can do some things in gym also if he
Mhm.
finds a good trainer or something. But generally, people or doctors will advise him to go for a yoga class because it's much more gentler and it has
Mhm.
more holistic benefits.
Holistic
You know,
benefits,
not
yeah.
everybody is looking at having six packs, abs, or bulging biceps. That's not, that looks good, but that's
Mhm.
not the only aspect of fitness. So
That's
that's
not the
why
only
you have
aspect.
to
Yeah.
see what works best for you. And
Mhm.
yoga definitely slows down aging
Mhm.
like no other activity can do. So
Thank you
that's
so much for
another
telling
reason.
me. Thank you so much for telling me that. I'm going to come to you now. I'm going to trouble you to
Definitely.
take my classes.
Definitely. Because yoga
Okay.
slows down the oxidation process. It
Yeah.
elongates your breath. There's a
Mhm.
lot of focus on breathing exercises also.
True.
So when your breath slows down, the oxidation process in your body slows down. And that's another
Mhm.
reason why yoga is anti-aging to an
Mhm.
extent.
Mhm.
At least it
Right.
doesn't show on your face. Now everybody's life is kind of already,
Stressed.
uh, yeah.
Right, right. So I think that is, that says it all, that it depends on your purpose and on your nature, on your likability. What is it that you like? What is your purpose of, is it only exercising? Is it only to tone your body? Or does it also, you also want some holistic benefits out of it? Because as I can understand from this conversation, yoga helps in physical well-being for sure. It also helps in the mental well-being, as I can make out. Am I correct, Harjas?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. All right.
Because a person who, like you said, you also picked a good point that depending on the reason why you want to do it, because
Mm-hmm.
maybe somebody is an athlete, so he
Mm-hmm.
will obviously need to train that way also. He can't just do a
Mm-hmm.
yoga practice and be prepared as an athlete, as a runner, or as a
Mm-hmm.
football player or anything. They will have to do their own training also, which is
True.
more football centric or running centric.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, and most of these athletes and professionals who are into some sort of sports, they are making it a holistic training program for themselves. They take a little bit of yoga also as part of their training. Most, like, I see more awareness that ways.
Mm-hmm.
Besides their normal training, they want yoga because they are also stressed out. Because
Mm-hmm.
being in competition is a very stressful thing.
Very
Like, and
stressful, yeah.
so everybody is in a competition these days, but especially with sports people and people in these kind of areas.
Mhm. Can yoga also affect your decision-making ability?
Yes, definitely. I think it can improve your decision making ability because when you are practicing yoga and you are getting deeper into that practice, you understand your mind. You can actually you have so many tools which can help you feel more in control, more calm, more balanced. So there's a clarity in your mind whenever you're practicing all these, even the asana practice. A lot of times we are practicing balancing poses, for example.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these balancing poses really help to improve your concentration.
Mhm.
When you are doing pranayam or meditation, you are focusing on your breath, you're controlling your breath. So if your breath is in your control, most likely your mind is in your control. Even if it is not in your control, at least you are able to see what is
Be
happening in your mind.
aware of what's happening
Yeah,
around.
you're
Awareness
aware,
comes.
awareness comes.
Mm.
So when you have more and more of awareness and less of chaos, obviously your decision making abilities improve. You're able to uh, form new neurotransmitters in your brain through a lot of
Yes,
yoga
yes.
practice. So
Right.
that again helps you to adapt things very fast. You become more adaptive. You are able to see things from a bigger perspective, and
Mhm.
that all that has of course all that improves your decision making.
Beautiful. Why I asked this question actually, Harjas, in today's life, every day we are making thousands of decisions. Every time we are making a choice, making a choice of getting up early, making a choice of having a healthy breakfast, making a choice of exercising, making a choice of, doing a work, making a choice of, talking to our loved ones. Every time we are making choice, and on the basis of that choice, as a consequence of the choice, our life, is molding us towards in that direction. So decision making ability is very important. And if yoga can help you become a better decision maker, I think there's the biggest benefit I think that yoga can give, I believe, because it helps your decision making ability.
Yeah.
I think this is beautiful. Then this is really
Yeah,
nice.
definitely. See, we also yoga is also oftenly called as a discipline. It is
Discipline.
not a very, I mean, to get to your yoga mat every day, to
Mm-hmm.
choose the right over choosing something only for your own self.
Only
You
for
know,
yourself.
of course, you everybody needs their own growth also, but at what cost? So that's why I said it becomes more encompassing. Your decision making becomes more inclusive also. And when you
Mm-hmm.
are maybe initially you might feel that if I do, you know, like if I think about other people too much, then where am I going in life? But from a larger perspective and for a longer run, actually that is what makes you grow in life even more, I believe. When you are looking after everybody's needs, also. I'm not saying self care is important, of course. I just meant that, y- uh, like it's a discipline, so you will make healthier choices for your own self and
Mm-hmm.
for others as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, like if somebody is into fitness, he will automatically not have bad food. You know, it just
Yeah.
happens. It's a very natural thing. When
Right,
you
right.
when you are in company of good people, you will not be in the company of bad people. Well, it's like that. If you
Because you're
feed yourself
choosing one, you don't make the other choice. So that's there.
exactly, if you start inculcating good habits, then you don't have space for bad habits. So
Right.
that also happens, and because of that, also you make so it's kind of connected because we are making a
Mm-hmm.
decision to do a yoga class or maybe keep ourselves healthy and take care of ourselves. Then obviously
Right.
we are more happy. You know, everything is kind of connected, and we are going to have clearer mind, and we are going to take better decisions. So everything is kind of connected.